Yeah, happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, and welcome to Change Lives, hosted by your truly Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I want to have a discussion because a lot of times, if you go to any kind of setting where you got groups there, you got your barbershop, beauty salon, things like that, people are always talking and giving their strong opinion on certain things, but they think a lot of times that what they believe in is the truth. And what I want to have a discussion today because far too often people's opinions are driving a lot of things around the world instead of just anything being fact based. So the nice discussion we're talking about, because you believe it, does that make it right? All right. Because you believe it, does that make it right? Okay. What's going on? See everybody coming in. Sam Garawar, please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. We got beautiful Barbara to you. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, appreciate you tuning in. Right now we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. Let me put this in on the Again, this is Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Don't change lives. We talk about motivation, personal development, parental development from a black male perspective. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Yeah, man. I want to apologize to everybody about the technical difficulty.
Yeah.
It was not Lab. It was me this time.
And I ain't need to know all that. But yeah, we did have a little technical difficulties, but we here, ready to go. Hope y'all, waited on us, and y'all ready to go too.
Ain't it crazy? Every time I try to be proactive and get stuff in, I just don't find some way to jam it up.
That's what all of us, brother. Yeah. That's what all of us. I do it all the time. I said, I'm going to go ahead and get this done. And something else I missed because I'm so concentrating on that one thing.
I'd be damn.
Yeah.
What's up to my other producer, Slick 316. What's up, Reek?
What's going on, Reek?
And we got in studio guest, my baby boy, Will B.
That's right.
What's up, Will?
Hey, guys.
My baby boy in studio with us today. He's here with Pop. But yeah, today I want to talk about because you believe it, does that make it right? Because, all the time, just here being in Atlanta. And what happened the past couple of days, we just signed Kirk Cousins, who's, I don't know how many years Cousins been in the league. He's over 10 years, 35 years old. And everybody was going crazy because they wanted Justin Fields, the Chicago Bears quarterback.
Okay.
So, everybody's going crazy. We shouldn't get this guy here, and they gave him a 4-year, $180 million.
Whoa!
And everybody's going, well, NFL contracts a little different. I think they gave him $90 million guaranteed. But NFL contracts are structured different. Where you may get pretty much most of it on the front end. All of it may not necessarily come to him, but you just have to way to structure it.
That's still a lot of zeros.
Well, I will say this to that point. What a lot of people were saying, and I think it's because it's an unpopular white guy in the city. As opposed to you got the local guy, Justin Fields. But the guy has, I think the 10, 12 years been in the league, thrown for 4,000 yards. I think probably one of the most prolific quarterbacks, it's proven commodity, just
right, proven his worth.
And I was just sitting there listening to people talk, and I think more of their opinions are based on emotion instead of anything fact-based. So that's why I want to talk about this in regards to that. And we got a lot of other subjects we can pull from it. But when I was listening to people talk, they were like, well, we can put people in the stands. We can do this, we can do that. I mean, shit, I'm tired of losing.
Right.
I don't want to,
right.
I got brought up 1-3 in the playoffs. Like, hell, we haven't even went to the damn play. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
I just love to get an opportunity to go, man.
And do it that way, right?
Exactly, right. Man. But it was unique to just hear all these different opinions.
Right.
People really believe the way they feel and what they think is just true facts.
You think about how the political landscape is and how people want to push their beliefs on you, on the way you live life. Like, think about that, how they want laws passed because they believe this. They think everybody should be this way.
Absolutely. And a lot of times people's opinions are really based off the experiences they have in life.
Right.
And I know everybody think they're smart. And I think a lot of people think they're well traveled. and they
well versed.
Yeah, well traveled, well versed, but they really ain't seen too much,
right?
In the grand scheme of things, to even make certain opinions. Because sometimes when you can go to that level, just say what we're talking about with the NFL, there's a whole business dynamics and the mathematics dynamics that the average person wouldn't know about. So, in essence, sometimes you're not trading people, you're trading contracts and money and the way things got to work out, and that can be based off the actual money they get paid and the length of the contract. So all that stuff got to work out, right? And that's why a lot of times I don't think people realize a lot of those people that are actually doing that kind of stuff your Harvard, Princeton, Yale grads. That's behind the scenes working for those NFL teams,
right? Making them numbers work, right?
Yeah, so it's real cool and everything we're doing that. What's up, Brina? What's going on? I see Brandon tuning in. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And I'm sorry about starting late, y'all. I just knew my ass was gonna be on time later. My girl say tardy for the damn party.
Right.
But again, this is a Change Lives hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Remember to call in number if you want to add to the conversation is 678-740-9894. And again, I want to have this conversation mainly because people have those strong opinions and they have an issue sometimes presenting facts. And I think a lot of times people realize those two distinct aspects. How you feel. Because I talk about this a lot in regards to people have these strong opinions, but that they think are actually facts.
Right.
And we know we'll go into a little deeper in regards to facts in regards these things.
People can convince themselves that what they believe is true.
Yeah.
You can convince yourself that you can convince yourself of anything. I mean, your mind telling you that is right. I mean, that's just the way things go.
Well, shit, be real with you, like, that's like sometimes people, you heard the old head say sometimes you believe a lie long enough, you think it's true. I mean, you keep repeating a lie long enough,
it becomes true.
It becomes true to you.
Right.
And those kind of things, I don't think people really realize that they're doing. And again, I think it's a lot of other factors that come into it, especially that personal experience, right? Because we were talking before, just as you mentioned about the political. Right now, it's not for everybody. We got election year going through it, and everybody was saying who you want to vote for. Get rid of Biden, do Trump. We were doing good up under Trump. We had this, we had that, and at the end of the day, were you doing good because of Trump, or was it coincidental?
Right.
I mean,
he just happened to be in there.
Yeah, and was it maybe some things that were maybe affecting you locally? I think a lot of times people feel they were doing better because they were getting damn PPP and stimulus checks and shit.
They were getting them stimmy.
Yeah.
We had a guest in say get him. She voted for Trump because Trump give out them stimmies. I said, yeah, but that was during the pandemic. He had to keep the economy going.
Well, to that point, Trump didn't give it out.
Right.
Congress gave it out. But that goes back to what I was saying before. If you don't really know how things go, you really, what I'm saying, it's just really push it. And unfortunately, everybody's not gonna really just dig deep to try to be well informed. They, what comes on YouTube, because you see it all the time.
All the time.
People have a stream, you guys like, hey, you want to stop cancer? Eat this liver fruit. The liver fruit originated in Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see this old fruit with bugs and stuff. Yeah, I ate it for a couple of weeks. You see the guy with pictures. They were all dying. Next thing you know, they all built up with abs and shit. Just eat the liver fruit.
Right.
If you want more information, call 1-800-LIVER-FRUIT. You be in that shit for days.
Then somebody on TikTok be like, I tried the liver fruit.
Yeah.
That's why y'all that's why y'all sick. Y'all coughing all the time because y'all don't eat this liver fruit. I got the liver fruit from Africa. He don't tell where he learned it from.
Still got cancer, and now you got to run for a week or two.
Right. On top of it.
And you out of $400. But because you see these compelling stories and everything, social media has done that too. It's not that social media has taken away people's desires to do any kind of research. People really weren't trying to look at stuff before, right?
Right.
But it was at one point when you had Google, people would, okay, let me just pull it up.
Let me Google it.
But now if you got it, if the information can go down your feed or whatever, now you just see that, well, that sounds more interesting. And what it comes down to a lot of times is from a sensory standpoint, what make you feel better.
Right.
You know, if I tell you how to do something and it requires 5 to 10 steps,
Mm-hmm.
and then you turn around and say, "Hey, quick and easy, just do this," you ain't got to bother that.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be more inclined to do that because
Right.
I think the easy way to get to a point, right? We is a lot of time by human nature, we always want to go to the path of least resistance. Exactly. So people are not gonna try to push forward to try to do certain things, you know. And I think that's probably what we had with a lot of stuff when we start thinking about how we feel and how we believe in stuff, right? Because you know, this presidential election is going to be unique
because it'll be real different.
Yeah, and it's probably the least. I think it's going to be. It's going to be pushed more with emotions than any where people not trying to even look. People don't really try to research anything.
No,
I mean, it's no kind of fact checking or whatever with doing it. And again, I'm not. You know, this show or any one of my shows, we don't necessarily push who you should or shouldn't vote for. But I'm always pro. Hey, look, find out. You know, you got to believe what Poochie say. You got to believe what Lab say. We give you the keys, tell you where you can look up the information at. But most folks don't want to do that.
No, and then you think about when they do research, they tend to research things that goes by what they already believe in. Just like when they watch news or get some kind of news sources, we tend to watch news sources that already are going to push what we believe in. So we're still not getting any research. We're just going with the status quo.
Objective.
No objective. No, nothing at all. If I believe that, Poochie is going to rob me tomorrow, and I find a news source that say Poochie is robbing folks tomorrow, I'm gonna believe that, even though I might not, you know, and I might be sitting here going, "Well, why is Poochie robbing folks? Because he got this business, he got that over there." But I've already, you know what I'm saying? The news had told me, and I'm thinking.
Think about a couple weeks ago, Cat Williams was going all on. You know, we were going to run on Club Shay Shay, and you sit there and look at even a platform like Club Shay Shay, where Shannon Sharp is talking. I think he does a good job where he actually gets information on people from a timeline standpoint. To say you did this, you did that. But what happens is when he gives people opportunity to talk, unfortunately, he's great. He got the platform, but he let people talk. People reeling off their opinions as facts,
and erasing his journalism.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Well, you know, damn near everybody they got a podcast thing. That damn journalists now.
Everybody getting a podcast too.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. And we in a world again, people don't necessarily, you know, do any kind of fact checking or even try to just, you know, not that you got to refute everything somebody says, but like, hey, man, where you get that from? Feel, you know, well, because you know, a lot of times when people can't explain a certain response, that's when you get a lot of backlash and name calling. You know, because you might say how you feel about something, and because another person doesn't feel the same way, well, brother, tell me, explain it. I ain't telling you a dumb man name. You're a fool. You're this. You're that.
Well, that's go research for yourself.
Yeah, or like I said, we just having a conversation. Right. You said what you said. I said what I said, and I can just tell you, I said this. What's going on, LTA Radio? Shane had me all confused last week with all that savvy publicity PR. I couldn't get that out of my mouth last week. But that was you know, when you ask a person, hey, man, this is where I'm coming from with this. Why do you feel that way? And because that person can articulate, they may actually even have an idea, but because they can't articulate it, now we get all defensive and everything going haywire. And what I was at a middle school yesterday talking with the kids. That's one of the biggest things I was just trying to get the kids to think about. You know, as you grow, and I think a lot of time with adults, we don't really get our kids to really think, process, reason, do anything like that. We just teach them do. Just go with it. And they have no idea of the how to do. You know what I mean? And when you don't have the how to do, a lot of stuff really just ain't gonna get formulated right, or people just jumping all over the place, and whichever way they kind of maybe get to a certain destination, they think that's the only way or the best way to do it. Yeah. Well, try it this way. I'm like, I don't know. I had a teacher yesterday ask me. He said, you talk to the kids and stuff the way I usually do. I talk about myself 5-10 minutes. I open the floor to ask the kids. And I will say this, guys. I would, anytime you got a chance to talk to younger people, give it a try. I go to at least 2 schools a month, but it's always a feeling to do that because again, far too often people always talking about giving back, and
Mm-hmm.
judging younger people, but they ain't doing a damn thing to actually help, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I always just, if you get an opportunity to go to anywhere and speak with them and stuff, give it a try. Anytime you can get an opportunity to do that, if you want, if you ever have to do it, give it a try. Yes, there's some crazy ass kids out there. Now I ain't gonna lie about that. With doing that, but there are also a lot of bright kids, and it was real cool to see kids sitting on the edge of their seat, clinging to your words.
Mm-hmm.
You had the power to sit here and just put some stuff in them.
Right.
With that said, it's something we talk about a lot on the show, and that's that blind influence.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by blind influence, like I know, there's a lot of people that's gonna believe Poochie,
right,
without questioning.
Right.
And there's a lot of power Poochie here with doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you are in those type of position, and again, we're talking about because you believe it, does that make it right? A lot of times people, because they want to seem smart, they want to push your product, they want to push your service,
Mm-hmm.
want to sell something, or just present themselves in a certain way, they'll say certain things.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the key things when people talk and they say certain things, how they believe something, where they talk about it, what one of the main things they never state? And I'm very, very careful about this, my damn self.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
Oh.
People don't necessarily want to say, in my opinion.
Now, this is my opinion.
Yeah, that's how I'm straight up.
It.
And I guess I more so do that in regards to being an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much damn liability with running your damn mouth without. So it's kind of ingrained in me. But the average person, they'll just state how they feel, how they think about a certain thing.
I do it with this podcast. When I have certain podcasts and they be grilling out stuff, and I say, well, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Because you can say my opinion that, if you say somebody look ugly, you say they ugly in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? If that's your opinion, but just having a general conversation, I don't know if I ever say it in my opinion. But
well, you think about it, because most of the time the average person doesn't have a liability.
Right.
So it's not really a big deal.
Right.
But sometimes, I know things that I say
mm-hmm.
can cause liability for me. Not on this show, but just in general.
Right.
And so, but with that said, when we start talking about that blind influence, people just say, well, hey, this is what y'all should be doing. This is how people feel. I see videos all the time. Even when, you see the ones, Congress, the House women, not Congress, the House women voted on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Banning TikTok.
Right.
And, and if you know a law still got to go between the Senate, and I don't even know all the dynamics in regards to how much they're going to restrict it,
right.
how much whatever, and
right.
people doing it. But with that said, there were a lot of response videos, and I seen one lady saying, "Well, they don't want us to do it. They're trying to change this law because we're making money now. We're not going to these jobs anymore, and that's why they're trying to do it because people are making all kind of money on TikTok." And I'm sitting here like, sister, stop that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stop that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know people out here making money and all this other kind of stuff with doing it, but it's only a small margin of people
that
are making
1-2% of people on here making money off that thing.
Exactly.
Because the criteria to get to making money is so high, they make it so difficult. They're not gonna make it easy. Like they ain't gonna be like, you get two subscribers, 2 followers, you can start making money. That don't work that way.
And never in her video did I hear one time say, well, Congress has laid out these particular reasons. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm.
She just said, well, this is what they trying to do, y'all. Mm. And I'm just like, you out your damn, and just think about, there were so many people listening because she was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is, she talking about right.
Right.
Because the only thing I do is go to the comments. Damn right. That's what they always trying to do.
I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this.
Like, it can't be that many damn dumbass people in the world.
It is.
But it is no kind of facts.
Mm-hmm.
It's what she thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And again, don't know the lady, but from what it seemed to me,
mm-hmm.
she had no kind of intel
mm-hmm.
that came from the house to say,
she woke up and said, you know what? You're making too much money out here.
Exactly.
They want us to go to jobs.
They see any kind of bullet points in regards to these are the particular reasons why they want to do that, right?
If that was the case, they would do YouTube, Instagram. I would do all of them because you make money on all of them if you do them right.
Well, to the point, I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She damn sure don't know. But like I said, when we talk about tonight, because that's what you believe in, mm-hmm. do that make it right?
Right.
And far too often we got too many people that do that. Mm-hmm. And again, this is Change Lives hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. When I add anything to the show, feel free to call in 678-740-9894. Again, the call in number 678-740-9894. Again, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. And the main hub is the Changing Lives YouTube channel. If you Google Changing Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden, you see the blue man icon come up. Hit that, subscribe to the channel, take advantage of all the over 900 videos that we have currently on the YouTube channel. Okay. I remember growing up, man, just, my granddaddy raised me. And I remember just some of the things he used to say.
I was just about to get to that. My grandparents used to always have opinions about certain things.
And I'm going to keep this at you, man. I got to do a video about this too. But the thing my granddaddy said, I'm sitting out there, I'm probably 8 or 9. Shit, I might be a little older, maybe 10, 12 years old.
Okay.
And the Falcons drafted Deion Sanders. And these old heads sitting around, and we're looking at the TV, looking at the flow model, looking at the TV, right? So he's sitting there with all that young arrogance, saying, I'm ready to get paid. This, that, and that is Jerry Curl and jury. And I remember my granddad and his buddies, and it's crazy to hear now. Think about it, but they was really believing this. They're like, when the hell they ought to pay that nigga that much money.
Right.
And I was just saying, like, these were like 5 or 6 men.
Right.
Hell no. Why they gonna pay that nigga all that money? You know what I think about now? You ever know on Django? When when he walked out, hey, why that nigga on that name? Why that nigga on that name?
Yeah.
Why he on that name? What? Why that nigga on that name?
Right.
And I'm just saying, I love my grandfather. Grandfather was probably the most impactful person in my life. But he definitely couldn't see that was possible,
right,
that a black man could make that kind of money.
Right.
And he was really, you know what's funny? And why I say it goes down to the vantage point of your experience in life. He didn't think about all the money these white folks were making.
Right.
Owning the team, selling tickets,
right,
all this other stuff that they were making. It wasn't even a kill. But just to see this room of men, now as a child, I'm hearing it. I'm too young to have an opinion on it, right? But I remember vividly all these grown black men, damn real, made no damn sense. Why that nigga gonna make all that money?
Right.
And I tell you what, that was a popular damn opinion during that era. Because again, it just wasn't like,
it wasn't.
But they couldn't process.
What year was this?
This was 88, 89 when I think he came in. It was in late.
Basketball players making money like that, black basketball players.
Shit, they ain't think this. They probably think the same way then. I'm being right. Oh, no N words. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Reek. I'm sorry.
The only sport that wasn't up there is baseball when it came to playing black players back then.
Well, no. They weren't talking about playing. Paying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When it came to paying black players.
Well, Jordan didn't get that big contract that $30 million. I think that was like 93, 94. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it, but this was just. This was Atlanta, Georgia. This Fulton County Stadium. Like, man, it was blasphemous. It wasn't, you know what I mean?
Right.
To do that, but it was just the culture. I mean, they was just really they couldn't see that, and they felt that, and it was just so unique, man. And sometimes you just look at it like those guys were lost, but it was just how that was. And when people really believe something, that just was a fact. I don't think nobody, and I thought that's just a personal opinion.
Right.
They'd have been adamant about it. That was just it. You couldn't. They couldn't see it. I remember just them talking. I remember Granddad's buddies talking. Man, there'll be a black president. Like they couldn't see that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And until his defense, I think a lot of people thought that way.
A lot, yeah.
My
grandparents thought that way too.
And it could be that they feel like it could be from the dynamic that it may be that they didn't feel like a black man deserved it. Or we never get an opportunity or whatever to do it. Wouldn't be fair for them to do it, to get it. But it just wasn't even
part of
you couldn't even process doing
part
it.
Of their diaspora and how they thought.
Now here's the thing about it. The danger spot is you got a little young poocher hearing this, right? And so I'm hearing this and stuff like that. To my credit, I ain't never had no limitations on it. Right? But I know everybody ain't like me.
Right.
So you hear stuff because when we're younger, typically our OGs, family members, and parents, those typically the most influential people.
Yeah, and I like that. That's people we're around most of the time.
Exactly. So when you hear that kind of stuff, think about the impact now generationally doing this kind of stuff. And then when the kid get out there and talk to their friends, you saying this other kind of stuff. And it's amazing how things just kind of stay ingrained with people. And so that's why I want to kind of just really have that discussion, because I don't think, and guys, feel free to add to the chat if you have any kind of situation where you maybe feel like, okay, you feel a certain way about something, but you just want to now, like, man, is this something refutable? And I ask people this stuff all the time, because one thing I think right now we're in a funky spot. It's like parenting.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of people that really do feel like their way is
the right way.
And I've seen sometimes with people, believe in corporal punishment, some don't. You have a lot, especially in this day and age, not just even with feel like you can do a smarter job as a parent. They got a lot of laws in place. You can't whoop your kids in public and do certain things with them. And people may be reluctant,
right,
to do certain things, right? So that's one of the things people talk about a lot.
Think about when we were raised, and I just want to go back to our parents and grandparents. My grandparents, for me, we talk about Deion Sanders and how they didn't think he should get paid. But not only that, the beliefs on their remedies, their home remedies, the way that when you got a cold, they felt that drink a hot Tide in.
What I was just saying about the guy with
put the big salve on your chest, right?
When we start thinking about that social media,
and they thought they literally thought these things were the right way. Like, they had no proof of it, but since their mama did it, now they gonna do it. And that's just the way it goes. It's just something that's saying down. What they say, put a onion in a sock and hang it over the door if you want your man to come back. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the home remedies have worked and everything, but for the vast majority of the time, a lot of times people had to do it really because that's the only option they had.
Right.
They weren't in a position to actually afford healthcare,
right,
medicines and things like that. But to your point, where the social media aspect, folks got cures for diabetes, cancer, and stuff like that. You're like, okay, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take that. But it's like when you're on your damn deathbed, you don't even give a damn really if they shoot if the doctor shoot battery acid in.
Right. You just want to feel better.
No. I mean, because I never got into eat the pork, don't eat the pork,
right.
Man, Poochie eat everything.
Right.
And so I never get in that too tough, but people say, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. But you be like, I can definitely tell you probably get pull-ups and labs on you. Everything's still sky high.
Right. I mean, because people really believe the way that they believe things. And it's like, even like you talking about eat the pork, think about vegetarians. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, yeah, you don't eat meat, but you still ingesting the pesticides that sprayed on the vegetables, and they're like, nah, that's not worse. They really believe like we everything we eat have is chemicals in it, regardless of how you try to navigate, unless you're growing your own.
My grandfather, 88 years old, and like he said to me a month or two ago, Walt said, I eat everything. He said, just don't eat a lot of it.
Right.
And Walt still walk around here working as a plumber, 88 years old, moving around, just staying active. But he said, I eat anything. He said, you just don't eat a lot of it. And he's just living proof. I ain't never seen him push away from pork, beef,
right,
or anything, right? And I'm, and I know everybody got different lifestyles, but one of the key things, everybody got different hereditary traits, whatever built up and everything. And I don't think the vast majority of people, especially African Americans that I know, right, they really aren't, on top of going to doctors, getting physicals, and doing certain things like that. So a lot of times it's based off how they feel and what they know, right, or what they know from their experiences,
right.
Not necessarily from what they actually got some proof in front of them. But that's what that's what I want to talk about tonight, because far too often that's really what guides a lot of us. If something working, like, man, Poochie lost a lot of weight, man. He did this, that, and that. Shit, I'm gonna try that,
right? Because
you seen success with it,
right?
But it might just work from Poochie. Poochie might tell you went to the other doctor, got a shot in the butt, when died.
Right? Yeah.
What they Ozempic?
Got some Ozempic.
Yeah, Ozempic. I got a little Ozempic in the butt.
Right.
They didn't tell you about that.
Walking around the track to make you think that's not what
happened. I'm getting a shot every month in my booty.
Right.
Making all, making everything burn off and stuff like that. But folks don't, again, like that path of least resistance. He do it. I know him, so he can do it. That's what
I can do it.
Exactly, man. But it was It's very interesting looking at that. Again, this is Change Life host by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight we're talking about because you believe it, does that make it right? Again, because you believe it, does it make it right? Feel free to call in and add to the conversation. 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. Interesting part about yesterday, and I forgot to just bring that up, was one of the teachers asked me, he said, hey, what are the top 3 business? I don't know what the hell I don't know
where he get.
I'm in there saying I'm an entrepreneur,
right.
but I know this Atlanta, and I know everybody
on the business. Everybody we
all
got LLCs.
You know, and I ain't knocking nobody or nothing like that. But I'm sitting here, I'm gonna be straight up honest with folks, right? And so the teacher asked me, he said, give the top 3 business ideas that any kid can do right now. And your top 3, if you were saying this would be the best thing for you to do. I said, man, I don't think like that. Like,
right.
You want to go cut some grass. You want to just do, go do stuff.
Right.
I said, but when you really want to just get in the business, you need to really figure out what you want to do. Like, this ain't no fruit. I don't look like there's no lemonade stand or nothing like that,
Right.
And what dawned on me then was, man, in his mind, this is something kids can do.
Right.
Or whatever. That ain't how business go. It's not a game, man.
Right.
I mean, I can be very honest with you. I'm 100% self-employed. I can make the wrong move or two, and I'm gonna hold my pants up with my shoestring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk, like.
Right.
And if I don't do certain things, I don't get the money. If I don't get the money, I can't pay my bills.
Right.
And so when I talk to children or anybody, entrepreneur, young or old, I start with the pre stuff. You want to do you mind talking to people? You don't like talking to people, you might not want to get in the cell.
What you like to
do?
You
need to work on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are things you need to do because a couple of young ladies, they were big. I want to be real estate. I said, you like talking to people? How you gonna sell? Now you can do stuff that's not necessarily requiring selling, like leasing and stuff where you make working now. But the vast majority I know want to sell houses, but they don't like talking to people. Right? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If you ain't got a little get up and go, a little hustle bustle in you, if you don't know how do y'all want to go talk to strangers? Do y'all want to get out here and work with doing it?
You want to show 10 houses people might not can sell one?
Exactly.
Right.
So I get to talking like that. So why am I gonna sit here and tell the kid to do this, that, and that? Know who you are first.
Right.
I'm big on that. Know how you are. I ain't gonna tell you if you want to get out here and try things in life, try it. I'm full believe in that.
Right.
Try. I ain't talking nobody out of nothing. But even my children tell you, like, look, you need to be realistic about how you are.
How you are, right.
And I gave the scenario. I said a lot of times, would be an entrepreneur at any level. That if you, starting off, you got a job anchoring or you full 100% in it. I said, I always look at it. When you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to go in business. Now, if you just want to sell some things on the side or doing it, that's some side money.
Right.
That ain't no business.
Yeah.
Again, I ain't trying to say here whatever, but doing it and I encourage it. I don't mean it like
to a business. But
what I'm just talking about in regards to actual business, where risk and things like what you bought, you want to do this, that, and that. And again, let me change that. Let me stop. That is a business. Let me stop. That is a business. But what I'm saying, that's more of just make a little additional side money, right? But what I wanted to just talk about is somebody in there. Somebody got a question?
Because of Downward Parks.
What's up, T? What's up, T? What's going on? Appreciate you tuning in, cuz. What I try to sit here and just say to people, when you look down going that road of entrepreneurship, be honest with you, it's just kind of like you planting some vegetables, something in the garden. You're gonna plant some seeds, you're gonna water it, go back and check everything, till it, the garden up, plant the seeds, water it, keep monitoring, keep making sure no bugs or no weeds and then go in, keep checking on it, and hope at some point in time sun sprout up. And even when it sprout up the right way. It don't die, don't fall apart, no bugs get on top of it, and you can nurture it till it turn to a vegetable or fruit that you can eat.
Right.
That's a business. And you're doing all this in a time from the inception of planting till when you actually get the fruit. That might be a month or two where you ain't get no money.
Right.
And I'm looking around how many of y'all can actually be working like that on something 2 or 3 months
hard
and don't get the money. And they looking all like,
I need to get my
That
money.
business.
Right.
That business.
Right.
Right?
And you still got to sustain the business.
Hey, lad, we went 3-4 years with this right here before we
Yeah.
got $1.
Yeah, 3, 4.
Just come on,
Yeah.
man.
Probably about 5 years.
So
Grind it out every day.
exactly. But so many people, tune in. I had a phone call the other day, man. My man, you listen, he called me today. We had a show on here before. He come like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do this, do that with a video. I'm gonna get on this YouTube, make this money. Like, bro, money don't come like that no more. And
Right.
I said, no, it ain't. I don't know what the hell.
Change that thing.
I don't know what the hell are you thinking.
Right.
But I will sit here and say, like, nah, man. But because he believed that's what it was.
Right.
And unfortunately, to what you mentioned earlier, what we just listened to Poochie,
right.
Poochie had some success.
Right.
With doing this. He ain't what I'm saying.
No,
I ain't got
what
one.
I'm saying, what he wants to hear the path of least resistance. He wants you to say what he already believed. Yes, you could do that. Go ahead and do that. Knock that out, bro. That's good.
Lamb, ain't got one New York dollar. Ain't got now. But instead of just telling me what's gonna happen.
Right.
And I'm just sitting here like, it don't matter what I say.
He already believes. He already has his mind made up.
And that's the thing about when you start talking about when people just believe stuff, they don't want to sit here and just question it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, come on, dog. You know what I mean? That's it. Like you said, reality and perception. That's it.
And those are those could get muddied if you believe perception.
I asked the kids. I said, let me ask y'all a question. I said, when you see when y'all going out here and y'all see these restaurants at a line right around the corner, y'all think they making a lot of money? Y'all think that your owners doing well? Yes. I said, why? Because they got people buying their stuff and doing this, that, and that. And I told them, I said, when you go into business, when you're an entrepreneur, I don't even want to use my words, but just use my opinion. When you're a true entrepreneur, the first thing we look at, we see opportunities, but the first thing we look at is cost. How much is it gonna cost me? Mm-hmm. And if I do this with the amount that I know it's gonna cost me, can I sell enough of these? Can I do enough of these, or whatever I got to do to cover that cost back and bring some money back to myself? That's how entrepreneurs look at stuff. They don't necessarily look at, man, it's doing good. They'll see something having activity. Right. They'll see success. Well, see success, things going on. But the first question is, how much
it's gonna cost me?
Yeah, how much it's gonna cost me to make $1?
Right.
And when I was telling the kids, I said, they all realize, you see that business, they got a line right in the corner and people want to buy some of them chicken wings and go in there and get certain service. But you don't know what their lease agreement is. Their lease agreement is. You don't know what they're paying their payroll. You don't know what they're paying the insurance. You don't know if they have vendors that supplying their food that are super high. We got inflation going on. Wings that went from here to here. Right? And all the costs we're doing certain things. So now people are really just struggling. Now they're pulling in, me being an accountant, I see the other side. I see people going in their 401k, pulling out money to keep this on. I see people pulling from their personal job. I see people losing stuff, losing the house and the car. I done seen it all, right? But the perception, getting busy. What I always say, don't get traffic confused with profits. And that's what happens a lot of times. People see certain things and like,
Chief Remo say potential demand. The potential demand.
And that's it. People think, okay, cool, I can do this. I can get in this particular business. Everybody's doing it. But they have no idea what it costs to make it. And once you start doing certain things, and take out even the monetary cost, just the time cost, the human sacrifice that you got to have away from, that you're giving up from personal time, away from yourself, your family, and things like that. People really just don't know what kind of sacrifice comes along with it. And if you even made the money cover the cost, you be like, man, for all this stuff I done gave up, man, I ain't got $5.
I'm not even breaking even.
Hey, and I'm just, and you won't know it till you get it, unless you got some real honest people with doing that. But that's one of the things, like I was just trying to get the kids to understand. Like, look, don't get that. I know y'all listen to your parents, y'all look at YouTube, this be your own boss,
right?
Smoking cigars.
Don't look at the little guy, who do toy reviews, making $27 million a year.
Oh man,
that's not going on no more.
Right now, man. What is it? Women History Month. Women, man. These sisters going. They got Oh, they got their tea days and they hats.
Right,
The Atlanta boy, this is it, boy. These sisters are everybody.
Brunches.
Hey, they got it, man. They brunches, tea. They got all these shows and stuff that going, man. And I'm talking about they sitting there, man. Hey, ain't no talking about nobody.
They say they hold a line outside to make us think it's crowded or something is really going on inside.
Boy, that's what I'm saying. Well, even you get in there, they might have a line in there, people buying stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the cost of doing it.
Right.
I'm about to slip out talking about, go some of female houses, everything inflatable. Everything inflatable. The sofa, the bed, the table, everything inflatable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just sitting there, damn, girl,
they can pay the rent. They
Gucci,
can't buy no
Louis.
Hey.
Hell. It's like a damn balloon fest up in here.
That gotta look good outside.
Everything.
That's their perception, though. They believe that looking good outside gonna bring them, wealth from somewhere. What they always say: money attracts money.
Money attracts money. Whatever.
That's the old adage: money attracts money. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I mean, you got to be in them kind of circles, but if you attract money, you got to know how to hold a conversation with the money and talk to them, not about money. That's the kicker.
Shout out to all the lady with the blow up furniture. I'm sorry.
Right.
But just that whole thing about it, when you say money attract money, but the thing of it is, who really got money?
Right.
Now you sitting there
that's
like
perception. Like you say, she got Gucci, Louis, everything. Somebody might think she got money.
And his brother come in, he date you think he got this, that, and that because his suit. And everybody.
And the guy next to him got on holy jeans and a t-shirt, and he the one with the money.
Hey, funding everything.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's just those beliefs.
Right.
We're doing that. Me and Will talk all the time. And I get a Will's credit. Will's a very bright, inquisitive young man, but that's why we try to get all my children, even young people I run across a lot, just think. Don't necessarily get the aesthetics confused with the reality of everything we're doing it.
Right.
To your point, man, I see a lot of homely looking, millionaires and business folks that just really look for opportunity. They care about less about how they look.
Right.
But you got some folks dressed to the T, and you like, hey man, you ready to do this? Well, man, let me wait
think about it.
Hold on, dog. I thought, and you can really get your feelings hurt, especially in this city, in Atlanta, Georgia, if you're going off looks.
Man, I worked with a millionaire when I used to do them houses, flipping them houses before flipping was popular. And I know he was a millionaire at least 10 times over. And we rolled in the most raggedy blue Ford truck, and that thing stank because he didn't wasted coffee in it, and it didn't spoiled and everything. But it was the dirtiest, raggediest truck. And I mean raggedy. But I seen this guy go to a house. He said, I want to buy this house, these two houses right here. And by the next weekend, he had all those houses. He had a whole block, a whole subdivision, 10 duplexes. Oh, in one place in Duluth. He's like, I want these. I'm gonna see about these. And then next week he said, I said, where we going? Oh, we gonna go look at the duplexes I bought. Within a week he had bought them.
Truck last time in mind.
Truck, he don't care nothing about the truck. Only thing he cared about was buying land, buying property, and going to every Hooters in America. That's all he cared about. But I'm just saying how easy that he saw them. He saw they was for sale. He thought about it for one day. He had about a week.
Yeah. And you know how many times people will walk right past a person like that. They got the means, they doing everything and stuff like that because again, it don't hit them.
Right.
What we got? We'll say Shannon got TA radio states social media also can give false notions. Things are often not what they appear to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can call in 678-740-9894. What's that?
678-740-9894. Call on in.
Yeah, call on in.
Don't be scared of that phone.
Yeah, man, it just blow my mind. I campaign the hardest for this damn phone. I get the least amount of calls. Everybody show
get calls.
Man, I see Chris other night looking like he on the wheels of steel, man. I like, man, I don't campaign. I can get it.
They show how the phone ring.
I campaign for it. I can't get nobody come in.
They say people who used to having money don't worry too much about labels. They have it when they need to be, but it's not an everyday thing. That's true. Like I said, that guy, he had me. I know he did. I've seen this account. I mean, I worked for him for a very long time. All he cared about was buying them house. Oh, he liked woodworking. He had every woodworking machine you could think about in the basement. And these are not $200 machines. We talk $5,000-$10,000.
We selling them, but that more hobby thing.
Well, he was woodworking, but he would sell some stuff. But that was just more of a hobby thing.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying?
He
got probably $200,000 worth of woodworking equipment in his basement because that's what he likes to do. That's how he relaxes himself. But during the week, he out looking for deals. He's out looking for, but in that raggedy 1973 Ford F-150, the raggediest thing I ever seen in my life. He drove that. It ran fine. It started good, except for when it was cold. But didn't care nothing about that truck at all. Period.
That's amazing,
right?
Because you believe it doesn't make it right. Because you believe it doesn't make it right. That's what we're talking about tonight on our show. Again, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. Make sure you call in or leave a comment in the chat. In regard, if you have anything to add to the conversation, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. You know, I made a video the other day. I posted it, I think yesterday. I don't know if only social media platform I think I put it on was TikTok. I don't know if I put it on or even on YouTube. Well, I asked the question. You look at a lot of these relationship gurus, especially the younger people. And I'm thinking they probably under 40. Even you see people, the guys sit down and they have the shades and they looking all smooth,
got the suit on,
glistening and everything. A woman needs this. A man need to do this, that, and that. And you know, when I listen to people talk, now again, this is my opinion,
right?
And when I hear guys talk, right, and especially giving advice about what men should do, what women should do, and all that, a common thing I think a lot of times people, when they've been laid out with game, is they'll reference the point of their knowledge or their opinion. You know, I used to see my dad to do this, my granddaddy did this, my uncle used to always do that, my big brother, the OGs in the neighborhood would just always say this, that, and that. And I be seeing a lot of these guys say certain things, females too. And I always wonder, where the hell you get that from?
Right.
Because, you know, you just sitting there, it's like that's a man, you know, giving a female perspective. As a woman, giving her mama perspective. You know, where the hell come from? Man should pay for all this and do that. And you be wondering, like, I never hear my daddy paid for everything.
Right.
If I see my uncle or my grand, I don't hear that.
Right.
Not saying that didn't happen. But I really don't hear, like, what is that point of reference? Right. Because a lot of times, like, I'm going to say this, we can roll with a lot of stuff if you can give me some kind of, you know, reference.
Why you believe that?
Or an example of that in place, right? And when I hear a lot of them guys saying, well, people should do relationship-wise, men should do this, and you should be the lead of this, that, and that, and there, with certain things. And again, I think I'm a damn straight alpha male. Anybody know me know how I am with certain things, but I'm also a damn realist. I do know at the end of the day, when you're in relationships, you that capacity, you know what the hell you can make as a man. You know what you at capacity what you and your old lady can make, and you trying to make some unrealistic expectations of moves based on your income, your kids self. Yeah, and you can't only do so much with 2 arms and 2 legs, right? And I think what I hear people say
24 hours a day.
Exactly. And so when I hear people say certain things, I always wonder, where they get that from, right? Where they get that from? LTL Radio says so many of our beliefs do shape our realities. We see what we actually look for adage. We see what we actually look for adage. I got this on my site, man. Thanks, I appreciate that. But you think about that, Lam. When you hear so many times, you see the sisters and everybody sit down and get their opinions. I be wondering sometimes where they come from, because I'm gonna say this, and I think I was raised by a man's man, old school and stuff, you know. And I ain't saying everything he did was right. I ain't saying a lot of stuff he did was wrong, but I had a tangible example. Right. And when I hear things, certain things being said, like, it is what you know, you see it in action, but it's just how you feel. Right. Right. Because we, you know, when we start talking about opinions and facts, we know opinions can be how you feel, or could be just, you know, what your perception, your experience in life, it dictated you to just say certain things. But we know facts are what? Irrefutable. Right. You know, it was irrefutable. We know this is, you know, what the date is, you know what time it is, you know, in this particular time zone, you know, what race you are, this, that, and that. You know, those things, you just can't refute that. And we can just go back and forth and try to just, you know, people will say, well, you're not black, you're Israelite, you're Moor, you're this, that, and that. And we can get in all that. Right. But you know, at the end of the day, your race, whatever, your ethnic group or whatever. We can just debate where you might steal from, but what you are. And I think sometimes people get too caught up into how they feel or what they believe in. This is how people should think, and it's very, very dangerous. And that's why I want to have a show tonight to kind of, go into that a lot, because even when we was talking to some brothers the other day, they were talking about kids going to after graduation, not getting caught up with student loans and going to get a job and doing certain things. Why you want to get caught up in that? And I was sitting there, I was just giving my personal opinion. I was just like, well, I'm always gonna push education, but I do believe college ain't for everybody.
Right.
But I always say this, and I'm very, very frank on this. You have to be realistic with yourself in regards to You have to be realistic with yourself in regards to what's going on. You have to be realistic with yourself in regards to what that damn call came in through every damn thing. My whole train of thought of, you got to be realistic with yourself in regards to what kind of potential you can have without certain training.
Okay.
Right. We can start, just
how far you can go up the ladder if you ain't been trained with.
Exactly. It was a video I seen where a guy was saying he was a welder and he makes as much as a lawyer and a doctor. And I don't think he really knew what the hell surgeons and some attorneys make.
Right.
Now, and also the extra time you have to spend welding to do it. Not saying you can't make money, not saying you can't make good money, but
you don't have that much time to that. I mean, if you got attorneys making $1 million a month, because there's some attorneys that make a lot of money.
Well, and then it's $200,000 you can make in one occupation where your back be sore at the end of the year, and one of them you don't even feel shit.
Right.
I mean, I'm just being real with you there.
It's a soft baby, that's butter. Because you don't do that hard work. You open a couple of books and push a couple of keyboards.
Now, your personal interest, you don't want to sit in the office, you don't want to do this, that, and that. I get that part. But I think sometimes when people feel a certain way, because again, their personal experience or their personal knowledge on a certain subject, they'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went into the military, it was a funky time for me, and PJ experienced it too. Typically, when you decide to go in the military out of high school, you don't really get a lot of fanfare.
Okay.
Everybody, want folks to go to college. She said you're going to the military, but it's white man army.
Right.
So he's not really a lot of celebratory action.
Hoorahs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And it's kind of, you feel kind of funky about it because everybody happy about going into college or going to do something, and you just like, I'm going to the military or you going to war. And a lot of time people's stuff was based, because I remember at that time, what was that? I don't know if it was Minister Society or one of them other movies in the mid-90s were coming out, and there was something about it's a white man's army or something like that. But that's why I was getting a lot of time. I come back home, and a lot of my buddies in school, you hear the guys saying that kind of stuff. Now keep in mind, I'm probably got more educated than a lot of them cats.
And for free.
Yeah, for free. But I'm not knocking it. But again, a lot of you were younger people. It was all in our early 20s and stuff. We were basing a lot of our opinions based off experience. You know what I'm saying? And that was very disheartening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you hear certain things, it was very disheartening. Just what some people were saying.
They hadn't even experienced it.
Yeah.
Now, see, on my spectrum is different. My uncles were already in the military for some years. They was in the Marines for a while. And when I said, for one, I was too young to go to the military when I graduated high school. But when I said, well, if I don't get the grants going through, I'm going to go ahead and go to the military to pay for my college. And my uncle said, no, you can't go to the military. I'm like, well, y'all in it? Yeah, but you can't go. I was like, why I can't go? Because it's just military, just something different. This is their opinion. Now they say this is their opinion, but if they could prevent me from going, they wouldn't want me to go.
Let me ask you a question. With that said, do you wish you had went?
Yes.
And the reason why you wish you would have went, what is that?
Well, I think if I would have went, I would have had a better career. My career path would have been a little bit more, because I would have stayed in. I wouldn't have got out. I know this for a fact.
Let me tell you why I asked you that. I remember when I was getting out of the Army, one of my OGs in the neighborhood said to me, I seen when I came home on leave one time. I'm like, yeah. They're like, how you doing, Pooch? I'm like, I'm fine. And I was like, yeah, I'm finna get ready to get out and everything. And I remember he said to me vividly was, man, don't get out, you're not out here. And the first time in my mind, what the hell you mean? I ain't staying out here.
Right.
I'm getting out going to college.
Right.
But his whole thing was to what you said probably with your uncles, their experience, what they done. Like you told, I'm on a whole different wavelength from what y'all think, what y'all doing. Y'all, I already see the different steps I can and opportunities I can do. But and people are based that on that. And even when I was in, like, there's a lot of people like, man, don't get out of the army because there's no jobs like that. How the hell y'all know? Like, y'all in here like me. Right. What they heard or what they think of their fears, right? But I remember that just he was like, man, don't do that. And when I got out and I seen him a couple times, he had looked like, boy, what you doing? You want to do this? And like, no, I'm going to school. Right. Like, that was just, not even couldn't be he couldn't comprehend that. He understood what I'm what I could comprehend, like nah, that wasn't even thought of. Like, I was just running my mouth, just talking. No, but I actually had a plan. Just like you said, like, look, man, if I went in, I probably been saw it major. I probably could have did this and that because you already know.
Well, I already knew what I was gonna do. Go to college, get my degrees, and get not only go to officer school, all that other stuff. I already knew my plan. But since I was too young for one, I would have had to wait a couple of years. That slowed me down because I didn't want to wait. I knew that I didn't want to wait in my neighborhood until then. But at the same time, they were telling me their experiences and what they experienced. I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand
your experience.
But that's, and they're like, no, you don't need to go. You don't need to go. I forbid you to go. I'm like, well, but then at my same time, it's like, y'all went, and then they stayed in for 20, 25 years.
Yeah. But to your credit, you listen. But on the flip side, that's why sometimes where my strong, where I believe, they don't necessarily make it a fact. Right. And sometimes you have to be objective enough. Well, so I always try to lay out to people, well, this what I did, this how it worked for me. You do it, it may be something different. Right. And that could be interactions with people, that could be job experience, that could, go to a restaurant. I've been places where, like, man, food wasn't that good, man. They had been waiting for somebody else. Like, man, we had a time in our life. We had a waiter of the year. Right. This, that, and that. I'm like, you sure? Right. One that left. Right. The one, down. No, you like, no hell. No hell. Right. But that happens, right? And I just think sometimes people are just so stuck on what they believe. What they believe and what they experience and stuff. So what I do want to give to everybody is a challenge to take the opportunity to know, everybody had different experiences, different occurrences of what they do in life. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like know that your experience is not necessarily going to be actually the truth of everything, and take it upon yourself to try to gather as much information.
I'm gonna give you a good experience thing. My experience, your experience, everybody. If somebody like my son came to me and said, "Man, I want to get married," my experience would be, "No, don't do that. Don't get married. It's not worth the stress and the headache to get married." Yeah. But that's my opinion. That's my experience. What our experience of being married was not a good thing. So of course I'm going to pass those experiences to him and say, "Hey, that ain't it." And it might be totally different for him.
And even knowing you, I know you're gonna lay out this is why. Right. Now if you say, "Hey, this, that, and that, I'm good, that, and like, okay, cool." Right. I'm just telling you this how I feel. Right. This is why. And they can be hit or miss. And I do think a lot of times, to be honest with you, not even being negative is you going off, hey, you're some OG game. And okay, cool. That is me. Yeah. Not only is it me, it happens a lot more than people think. I got strong opinions on certain things too that I did say with my kids, but this is what Daddy went through. Right. And I tell my kids sometimes, "Hey, look at that. I've seen this move before. What you doing? Right. And I see what path you're heading down." You know what I mean? Right. And you try to have those kind of conversations. And if they listen, they listen. They don't, they don't. I think our obligation sometimes just to have a conversation. We got to dwell too much. We're going down it.
And your kids have had of their own opinion. Be like, well, that's just how you. That was how you experienced it. Yeah. Mine gonna be different. And you let them experience it, it'd be exactly the same as you experienced. But it's just like we believe those things because we've experienced them. Our beliefs. Let me ask you a question. Do you think because we believe it because of our experience that it does make it right in our reality?
No, it made it the reality that we had. Right. But that doesn't necessarily make it, a reality or a truth because everybody got different constraints, conditions where they experience something.
Okay.
I go into a situation in business, I can have little experience, little money, little connections and everything. Like you go into the same way where you got money, you got experience, you got exposure,
right,
and take off.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just say they were hating. And
Right.
You just say you just didn't know the right damn people.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's why a lot of times, our vantage points of where we at in life, we stuck on that, right? And I've seen that far too often, just with organization like I know, like the 100. A lot of times, and I've never been in a fraternity, but I always tell people when you get into certain things, people get affiliation confused with relationships. So you get into certain organizations, you figure, okay, I'm a network, I'm meet some people, this, that, and that. But when you get in there, man, they standoffish. I joined here. I thought he broke,
No, we gonna
not
be tight.
Now it's not that they gonna get my, hey, what's up, brother? Give you some dap, give you some love, speak to you, have a drink with you at the bar. But they don't necessarily do no business deal because they don't have a relationship with you.
Right.
They got affiliation with you, so they might be inclined to speak, rap with you, exactly. But y'all necessarily gonna have a relationship together. How do you get a relationship? You got man, hey, bro, let's tell you what you need, this, that, and that. Once they get to know you, and the relationship is built over time.
Right.
Hey man, you help me with this, I help you with that.
Right.
It ain't no ulterior motives. Now we got a relationship together. Then you see folk be inclined, like, hey man, let's do this deal, this, that, and that. But typically, when you have an affiliation, y'all just know each other.
Right.
And I see far too often people join certain things, be a part of certain stuff, but they can't make it happen. They leave bitter. Man, they ain't want to do them jokers, they want to do this, do that. It's not that. You just didn't have a relationship. We know business is mostly built on relationships,
right?
Not necessarily affiliations,
right?
That's why I say a lot of this going to this whole. You believe one thing, but that ain't necessarily how it is.
That ain't how it goes, right?
Like I said, my experience and your experience, Will experience, everything can be totally different because again, everything different stuff going on. So again, I do encourage people to try to do as much research as possible with certain things. We're going into it. But look, man, I enjoyed the conversation and everything. Appreciate everybody tuned in, commenting and everything. Love you all and stuff like that. We're going tax season going great.
Going excellent.
Going excellent and everything. So I appreciate busy. We still chuckling along with everything. But continue to support Change the Life hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. And also continue to support my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. We talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Y'all take care of yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, I want to give a quick note. Close friend of mine passed on today. I think they had a balloon release of Lashana Martin of Hambrick. Pumpkin, she passed. Pumpkin passed a year ago today. They had a balloon release for her, man. It's a big shout out to Pumpkin and her family. You know what I'm saying? He's still in there by the heart. It's been a year since she passed today, man. They year done flew by and stuff like that. But we still think about you and miss you. And like I said, big shout out to her and her family and everything like that. And like I said, guys, remember, life precious.
That's right.
Love yourself, love your family, take care of yourself, and continue to listen to Change Your Lives, Mr. Short Dollar.
Love yourself first.
Absolutely. Hey, look, y'all take care of yourself. Be safe, everybody. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.